There is some interesting news that will develop this week. The British Monarch will jet into the country this week ahead of a busy schedule that will see King Charles III address, among others, what the Buckingham Palace describes as painful aspects of a British colonial past in Kenya. And as the country prepares to roll out the red carpet for the King and Queen, demands for a public apology for atrocities committed during the colonial rule and others committed by British soldiers and companies have begun to sprout. Now here are details of the monarch's first official visit to a Commonwealth country since he took over the reins of power. King Charles, accompanied by Queen Camilla, are expected to jet into the country this week for a 4-day state visit. The visit will see the King visit a museum dedicated to Kenya's history and lay a wreath at Uhuru Gardens, as well as visit the site of the declaration of Kenya's independence in 1963. He is also scheduled to visit Mombasa County. He will meet with local leaders and communities and witness some of the development projects supported by the UK. While bilateral talks between him and President William Ruto will largely focus on the climate change crisis and national security, Buckingham Palace says the monarchy will also address what it describes as painful aspects of Britain's colonial past in Kenya. And as the King prepares to jet into the country, the Kenya Human Rights Commission is demanding he offers an unconditional public apology.
We call upon the King on behalf of the British government and people to issue an unconditional and unequivocal public apology as opposed to the very cautious, self-preserving and protective statement of regrets for the brutal and inhuman treatments inflicted on the Kenyan citizen during the entire colonial period from 1895 to 1963 and thereafter to date. Such an apology is a critical step in acknowledging the pain and the suffering of the people of Kenya.
The civil society organization also wants the royals to commit that the British taxpayer will foot reparation costs for all victims of the atrocities.
We further demand effective remedies for the atrocities committed to the different groups in the country. This should be in line with the aforementioned UN principles and guidelines, which provide supporting, among others, a number of initiatives.
Though King Charles has made 3 previous official visits to Kenya and also privately, this is his first visit as a monarch to Kenya and a Commonwealth nation.